Hello, this is Rob Chinnery, coming to you from the Andreas Chinnery Inquest. I'd just like to make a few comments about the idea of an inquest is supposed to be fair, impartial, and also respectful of the people involved. The Chinnery family is now facing the government in the form of the coroner and the coroner's crown. And I feel that the government in this case not only has no sympathy for the victims of police violence, but that they would prefer that it all be swept under the rug. And we've had a lot of publicity in the newspapers and in television lately that has been actually positive, but generally speaking has certain elements in it that tend to incriminate my son, Andreas Chinnery. And like I've said on many occasions, this does not reflect what could be the actual reality of the situation. And since I'm not able to present that at the inquest, I should give you a few ideas right now as to what those aspects are. First of all, the short time interval that took place between these police officers arriving and my son's death or being shot is very small. It seems to me that the taking of a life should not be decided that fast, and that there was going to be no harm to anybody from my son. It seems to me that this family and other ones as well are being punished by the system, and it's especially us because we know that this is morally wrong and have marched on City Hall, from City Hall to the police department. I've stood out front of the police department with the picture of my son and, you know, some signs as well. I've had not too much reaction from the police, but I really wonder what they think of it. I'm talking about the people that conduct themselves in a humane and decent manner as police officers, an ethical manner, what they think of me being out there. And I don't think they should be allowed to forget their victims. The Section 25 of the law allows these people to shoot you at very little provocation. And I have a real problem with that. Mentally ill people, people that are marginalized, are very likely to be subjects of police force or excessive force. So going into this, I can only see the family coming up against some very highly paid lawyers, other officials from the government, and sort of doing an expose on Andreas Chinnery that to me isn't moral or decent or even appropriate. Opening up the private records of the family, opening up his records. Well, excuse me, who committed this act? Who committed this act of pulling the trigger? And it certainly was not the Chinnery family. We've really basically conducted ourselves as decent people. I worked many years, and certainly I don't think Andreas deserved this, and neither do I. We're just ordinary people. And it just seems like this whole thing is going to be probably pointless, except for the police lawyers and Susan Fraser, who has got a payday with this inquiry and analysis of some records that have absolutely nothing to do with Andreas Chinnery's death. So in summation, we are going to be confronting, I wouldn't even use the word confronting, a lot of people from the government that have very little sympathy for us. That was demonstrated. Some other parties that have interests in it, but have no justification for it. And that's my second part. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll be talking later. Take care.